Hey everyone, hope you're doing well out there today. It is a chilly day here in Michigan. The temperature is 8 degrees and the wind chill is at -4. It is really cold outside and I'm glad that I'm indoors right now. Not looking forward to going out there later, but just trying to stay warm while I'm making this video. But anyway, want to get started. I've got my notes here, obviously. I always take notes usually, and certain things that I want to talk about. And the first thing I want to talk about is the New York SAFE Act of 2013, and the link to the PDF will be underneath. I know in the original draft there was an article in there that it said you're only allowed 2 guns per citizen in the state of New York now with the new SAFE Act. And I'm curious to know, I've looked at the article, and I for whatever reason I can't seem to find this section anymore. So in the new draft, which is the S2230-2013, this was actually the revised edition. The first edition didn't pass, but this one did. So I'm curious to know, am I just missing it? Is the 2-gun law in the New York SAFE Act? And if it is, what section and paragraph is it? Because I just can't seem to find it. So if you guys can help me out on that, I'd really appreciate it. The second thing I want to talk about is Fox News had a poll that came out a couple days ago. And what the poll actually figured out is that twice as many people are in favor of guns over banning guns. And I have to stand true with that statement. More people are for gun ownership more so than banning guns. It's been a proven fact that when burglars and criminals know that more guns are in a specific area, the crime is actually less. And that's been a proven statement time and again. And where there's less guns, there's actually more crime. And there's a link to this poll, and it's a very in-depth poll. There's 2 links. There's the link to the story, and there's a link to the actual results of the story. And it was a very in-depth poll. It just wasn't a 1 or 2 question poll. There was a series of questions, and I really want to encourage you to go to the poll results and check those out. It was very interesting when I read it. Another link that I have underneath is called 10 Myths About Gun Control. And these are some misconceptions and some laws that are construed the wrong way, and actually what the information means. It means this, but people think it means that. Here's a great link to actually figure out what the truth is about gun control, gun laws, things like that. It's a great video. It's a great link. I suggest that you check it out. I want to give a round of applause to the Guns Across America rally. 49 states were involved in the rally. I do believe Alaska was the only one that couldn't get it organized in time. But it was a great turnout. Every state capital or somewhere in the respective state had a rally. I know here in Michigan we had our rally, and a good amount of people turned out. From what I understand, it was a great day as far as like bodies count. People who were there in support of the Second Amendment. I myself did not go to the rally, but what I did do is for Gun Appreciation Day, I went to my local a gun show. And I was amazed as to how many people were there. There was at least 300 people at the gun show that I was at, and it was just throughout the whole gun show it was like pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, pardon me, and it's just wonderful to see that many people expressing their right to own and bear arms. This is more than just about gun control and gun rights. This is about freedom. This is truly about freedom, and the Second Amendment is what supports the rest of the Constitution. I mean, the Second Amendment is the defense. It is the strength of the Constitution. And like I said before, the First Amendment is the voice of the Constitution. Moving on, though, you know what I found interesting is that the Michigan legislature came out with some great guidelines that I'm really excited about. And Michigan is really up in arms about the new federal regulations against gun control. And what Michigan has said is that they're trying to create a law that will denounce all federal guidelines and federal bannings of federal laws in reference to guns. And what Michigan has gone ahead to do is that they're making their own set of laws by saying that the federal law cannot ban any gun made in the state of Michigan. Now, this is interesting because what this law is, it's actually doing two things. It's actually saying that we're not going to follow the federal guidelines on federal restrictions on guns, and it's inviting gun manufacturers to come to this state to create new jobs, which I think is fantastic. It's like, it's like a double bonus on this new legislation. Michigan legislation said that we will not restrict any guns made in Michigan. So, I do want to applaud the Michigan legislature for thinking outside the box on this one. This was really cool. So they are inviting, weapons manufacturers to come to the state of Michigan, and then the legislature says any guns made in this state will never be banned. And again, I want to applaud that. That is absolutely fantastic. Something really scary about here is Mayor Bloomberg. Don't like the guy. He has an organization called Mayors Across the United States, I do believe. Yeah, Mayors Across the U.S. And what he does is he actually invites over 800 mayors from all type of city sizes, township sizes, towns, and this and that, to come to his annual meeting or whenever he has this meeting. And this year he had over 900 mayors come to his meeting, and obviously what he talked about is banning guns. He has some misinformation about how bad guns are and gun this and gun that. It's just sickening to understand that these misconstrued ideas are just just way out there, just way out there. And in fact, here it says that he had mayors from all the mayors that were there, 900 plus mayors represented 44 states of the United States. So there wasn't a mayor from every state, but it concluded 44 of the states that were represented in this meeting. And basically, he just totally spoke about gun control, banning guns, and so on and so on. Again, I just want to call out to that. I think that's really, really bad. And again, getting back to the New York SAFE Act of 2013. Knowing what they've done in the state of New York is just absolutely horrible. They basically banned every long gun basically ever made in the state. It's almost impossible to own a long gun now. There's so many different criterias of what this is and what that is. What concerns me is that when I was at the gun show, a lot of people were talking about, well, when all this settles down, we'll kind of get back to normal. It's that mentality that bothers me about, people tend to forget, in 6-8 months from now, they're going to be, whatever, it's all back to normal. These laws never go away, all right? And it's the people that are half awake that really bother me the most. I think the people that are half awake are actually worse than the people who are not awake at all. Because, I have some friends that are half awake and they understand the New World Order, they understand the Illuminati, they understand that something's just not right, they understand that things are going on and they don't know how to change them. But yet, out of the same sentence, they'll say, well, if we can elect a good president, if we can have term limits on our congressmen and representatives, it's like they can't get the connection between what's going on in in the world domination and U.S. politics. They just can't seem to figure that out, and that blows me away that they can't get over the hump into thinking that, you know, you can't only believe halfway. Okay, you got to believe all the way. You have to see it full circle. You just can't believe what you want to believe and then on this side believe what you want to believe that's going to fix it. Okay, because it doesn't work that way. And what really bothers me is the domino effect in this. Is that, like this person at the gun show said, well, and when things settle down in 6 to 8 months, you know, the domino effect is that these laws are never going to go away. There are many lawsuits filed against the New York SAFE Act. I understand that, and people are pushing hard to have that revoked. But in the meantime, the domino effect is that gun control is they're trying to gain strength. They're trying to move forward on it. They're trying to present it into other states, and they're trying to present it in a very misleading way that, you know, guns kill, guns maim, guns do this, do that. You know, it's so easy to get guns. You know, there's all these things going on about guns. The domino effect is that now that New York State has it, is there another state that's going to have it? And then there's 3 states and 4 states, 5 states, 6 states, and then it's just going to rapidly grow into a domino effect. That was my biggest concern. And I actually put the definition of domino effect in the description area, so I really want you to check that out as well. So that's one of my biggest concerns is the domino effect here, you know. But then I look at my state, and what they're doing is they are actually against gun control. The state of Michigan is actually enhancing the ability to create more jobs, to create more guns, and to not ban guns that are made here in the state, which I think is fantastic. But anyway, all the links are underneath. Check them out. I did some great research on this video. Hope you watched to the end. But anyway, again, you know, I don't have all the answers, and I'm always willing to taking suggestions. So, you know, you guys stay warm, stay safe. God bless. We'll see you later.